Hello for the final time. I am still Dr. Boden. I'm still doing bass tutorials for you. This is for the all-state audition if you're really hoping to get into that chamber orchestra or symphony orchestra, which hopefully you do. So we've got this little gnarly track from Symphonie Fantastique. And there's a lot that's hard about this. The dynamics, the pitch can be really, really tough to nail in this. And then there's the bowing. So in my discussion about track 2, about changing bow when you need to, that applies to this excerpt. So you're gonna see on the video, I don't do the long bows when we're going through the crescendos. I'm actually changing my bow halfway through so that I know that I'm gonna actually get the sound that I need and not be straining to do a bowing that makes the pitch go off, the tempo go off, or for my sound to suffer. Make sense? I am pretty certain that your principal players will also change these bowings. So I'm gonna say, I give you permission. I'm not the end all be all though. So this opening phrase, I do keep in that one bow. Now, sforzatos, we oftentimes misread those as being way too big. This is a sforzato in the context of pianissimo. So it's not that we're looking for we're not looking for a huge accent. We're looking for a lean. Think about what the next arpeggio is going to sound like. I just stay in the same position and I do some pivots. So that C and the F sharp are so close for our hand that we can't actually do a pivot from the A to the C. And then we can grab the F sharp with some nice, beautiful fourth finger vibrato. Setting the next passage. The intonation just sounds weird when it's in context. The more times you play it, the more you'll get used to it. And then we start this whole thing all over again. And this is where I start to break up some of the bowings. Because we're clearly getting a little bit higher up on the instrument. We're building some kind of anticipation of what's coming for the harmonies. What you won't hear is, because that would be a bowing of articulation, I'm doing a bowing of convenience. I want it to sound like I did it in one bow, but because we have a little shift in there as well, shifts tend to take up our bow and we have string crossings. So my recommendation would be to split up those 3/8 notes and just try and smooth it out so that we don't hear necessarily that you changed your bow. The next one is almost identical. Again, fingerings for me don't always totally matter, but the sound does. You can just as easily use the same pattern you've used before. The next one, again, you just have to get it in your ear. I would recommend finding an orchestra that you really admire. Just put on some headphones and play along. And like one headphone on, one headphone off. So that you're really the big kicker of this excerpt. Do you know how to subdivide what you now see? That's how you subdivide them. Okay? It's not any kind of tremolo. It's not any faster than... Finish with authority. Finish with authority. I hope these little tutorials have been really helpful. We are all hoping to just see you at WMEA this year. Good luck. Happy practicing.